Welcome to ApexToOval. I am here with Jack. We're doing an in-person one today. We're both at our hometown, so we're doing a lot. Well, it's not live, but it's in person. We're both in person. We're not online this time. So,
You made the same mistake I did earlier.
yeah, how you feeling? You feeling good?
I'm feeling wonderful. I'm sat on a beanbag and I'm ready to spout some knowledge.
You're sitting on a beanbag of koala stuffed animals.
This is true, which is objectively better than a regular beanbag.
That's facts. Let's get into it. First thing we're going to talk about is Adrian Newey, team principal for Aston Martin for 2026. Um, that's crazy. I think it'll be a good thing in the long run because Newey is a good car maker. So
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was big news with him joining Aston in the first place. And he's basically instantly team principal.
yeah,
So I don't know why this came about exactly, like why this was part of the reshuffling that they were doing, but I feel like this can't be anything but a good thing for Aston Martin moving forward.
I agree. I have no notes. Speaking of team principals, James Vowels is racing in the 12 hours of Abu Dhabi. Or it's 12 hours of golf or golf 12 hours, something like that, in Abu Dhabi on December 14th. It'll be his first time in the car in many a year. So yeah, fun stuff. He's back in the car. He used to be a race car driver, back in the car now. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think he's setting himself up to take over one of those Williams seats, be driver slash team principal.
Carlos, watch your back, bud.
Yeah, exactly.
I want a bona fide Williams driver forever, but you, Carlos, you're expendable.
Yeah, James been testing the waters here. But no,
And
it's cool to see him participating in racing.
yeah, it's not often you see team principals race.
Bro, imagine Zach Brown
I think he, I
doing
think,
an
I think he
endurance
would get in
race.
such a violent wreck because he doesn't know what he's doing that he'd just, I think he'd die in a wreck. Like he should not be touching any race car, please.
Oh no.
But you know what would be really fun to see is Total Wolf.
Yes.
Total Wolf versus James
Yes.
Vowles should do like a race every year.
Can we add his to the mix?
Oh yeah, of course. Susie Wolf
Although
would.
she'd lap them.
She would lap them 10 times over, dude.
Yeah.
Susie Wolf is cracked at racing. Um, the other thing that happened is McLaren's double DSQ'd at the Las Vegas Grand Prix. So let's our main story, and then we'll go back to NASCAR and IndyCar news. The question is, did McLaren throw the Drivers' Championship?
Yeah, so both McLarens got disqualified. It went from pretty much locking up the Drivers' Championship, having a nearly insurmountable lead over Max, to now Lando is up 24 over Max and Oscar is tied, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, that lead in and of itself is scary. And now they're coming into a final two races plus sprint where Max has the pace right now, and McLaren seemingly doesn't, especially if, these advantages little by little are getting kind of whittled away with new directives from the FIA, or penalties, or whatever else.
Yeah. I also think that here's also another note. They were McLaren. The both cars were extremely close to being disqualified from Brazil as well due to the plank wear. So they are running it super low, and it just so happens that in Las Vegas, the major hit happened. Will they do that again? Probably not. I assume they won't. But they are running it super close, probably because they know they're losing pace to Verstappen.
Yeah, well, I think they've been doing this for a lot of the year. I think that this was something other teams tried to point out, something with the titanium on the bottom, messing with the heat. Um, that this has been something where they found an advantage for a while, and now the FIA is finally patching that hole, right? In crunch
Yep.
time here. Because their other team had, issues with that plank all year. I mean, looking at Ferrari.
Ferrari, yep, the double DSQ in China. Yep.
Um, but yeah, it'll be really interesting because we have 50 max points left.
Yep.
Um, and it's a gap of only 24 where chasing is in better form. So it goes from being basically over for Max
Hmm.
with Lando finishing as well as he did before the dislocation to McLaren's kind of nervous.
Yeah. I will say, if Lando Norris finishes 2 points ahead of Max Verstappen on the race weekend, both in sprint and race, either one. So 2 points total within sprint or race. Lando Norris wins the championship if he's 2 points above if he adds 2 points compared to Max and Oscar. If Max gets 1 point more than Max and Oscar this week, still in the hunt. Championship's not won.
Question for you:
Yes.
Is it time for Oscar?
Yes. Oscar needs to ram into the back of Lando Norris. Needs to have it. This is
To
team bo-
Lando?
This is team bonding. Oh, what do you mean?
I meant like Valtteri 2021 style, just taking out half the field, including Max,
Oh no,
to
no.
hand it to Lando.
I don't think he has a vendetta against Max. I think he has a vendetta against his teammate.
Go.
Why I think if there's going to be a crash, it's going to be Oscar and Lando.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. At this point, because they're not racing for first. That's the thing. Like if they were racing for first, maybe they'd take each other out. But they haven't been running up front, so I don't think they feel like their big competitor is each other right now.
That might be true. That might be true. Who
But
knows?
Oscar Blake could go crazy. That's how the championship gets decided, is Max getting
Yeah,
taken out in like a wheel-to-wheel battle with not Lando.
that would be crazy. I wouldn't like that though, because then it would be clearly like it'd be clear that, like you kind of,
Yeah.
it needs to be subtle. Next up
Um,
on the
but
NASCAR list,
actually, before we move on, who do you have for the rest of the season championship? Because I assume before the disqualification, I assume you would have had Lando.
yeah. I think I'm gonna go with my first pick season, and that is Lewis Hamilton. No, I'm just kidding. It's Max Verstappen.
I mean, George is mathematically back alive now.
Is he?
Yeah, yeah. He was eliminated with the results of the race, and then with the disqualification, he's technically still mathematically alive.
That
Um,
ain't happening though.
no,
We're
it's
not
not.
picking George. It'd be Max.
But I think Lando's still gonna hold on. I think that it's been a very winding road to get to the end of the season. It almost feels manufactured how much drama they've managed to create out of what should have been kind of running away with the title. Um, but there's no way that the season ends with that,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
It would be like, yeah, then Max would be like fifth consecutive, whatever else, but it would feel like one of the cheapest, I think, in a while to kind of chase that down. I don't want to say some of the help he's gotten, but like there was no battle to it. You know what I mean?
No.
It would just kind of, oh, here's the chip in the final week without really that much fanfare, drama, intrigue, any of that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
definitely without any kind of dominance over the season like McLaren has had.
Yeah. The Max was dominant like for a good like 3, 4 races.
But that's three or four out of,
24.
yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
and he's not the one building up significant leads with his teammate over the field. Like,
That's true. That's very true. Speaking of, we have rich messages being leaked about Richard Childress. He was like a redneck. They said that he should be taken out, back and flogged. They called him an idiot, and that just for NASCAR. This was by NASCAR CEO Steve Phelps.
yeah, this was Phelps and O'Donnell, right?
Yes,
Really
the
just
CEO and president of NASCAR.
ragging on Richard Childress here. Uh,
I do not condone those words. I don't condone it, but it is Childress.
yeah, I mean,
Like like I don't know if you could say that about anyone else, and I don't even think you could say some of that about Childress. Like I think the only thing that should be true is he owes his fortune to NASCAR.
even then, I mean, not really. It's not like you make a fortune running NASCAR.
That is true. That is true, but I don't
It's
know. Like,
Richard Childress is probably the most of the sport. Like, he might be a terrible person. Like this is true, but he is one of the most loyal to the sport. Like, most purely interested in racing. All of that owners there is, and this is what is coming out that NASCAR was saying about him. Like, it is insane to me that it's only two teams in on this suit. Where it comes out, you have team owners going like, "Really, this is who we're dealing with? This is nothing like what they talked about to us like." Uh, and it's constant. Like I think Childress put out a statement saying he's contemplating legal action of defamation. I do not know enough law to know if that has any kind of merit. That's
I, I,
can
I,
be defamation.
I can tell you that won't fly. That
Um,
definitely like I'm taking a media law course currently, and that does not like flag defamation.
Yeah.
mostly because you have to have intent to harm, and those texts were never meant to be shown.
Yeah.
So you can't prove intent to harm with that, which means it will not be taken as defamation. That shit will be thrown out.
Yeah. But he's thinking about it, which
He's
means
thinking
he's
about it,
angry about it.
but he's not. You can't do anything with it. I mean, it is what it is.
Which
I
yeah,
see. I'd
I
be
mean,
pissed too if those things were said about me. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be pissed.
especially when you are so loyal to the sport, to the
Yeah,
organization, all of that. Like yeah, he can be outspoken at times, but he really outside of NASCAR, really not exactly a role model. But he does truly care about the sport. And
yeah,
if that's how you're treating him, how do you expect to grow the sport when your most dedicated people are, you know, getting called at best an idiot? Uh,
yeah. It's that was rough. It
yeah.
was funny, but it was
And this huge to like there were the texts from Phelps and O'Donnell that came before that were basically along the lines of like France is being an idiot. Like we can't do this to the teams. This is bad. And this message like really tearing down the owners. And then there's kind of a string of like a lot of negativity from them where it's been kind of a roller coaster with their image, right?
yeah. They they might have just thrown themselves under the bus with that one.
Yeah, I
Because
mean
not only have
there's
you talked shit about the owner of NASCAR, but you also talked shit about the owners of the teams.
yeah. And talking shit about the owners of NASCAR, whatever. It's Trans family, they'll get over it. They're still employed, all of that. But they built up some like separation from the Frances and from what NASCAR was doing by some of the acts that were really it's all come crashing down. Now they look entirely part of the bad side of this whole thing.
Yeah, it's a rough image for the CEO of
Steve's.
NASCAR. Speaking of Steve,
Speaking of Steve,
Mick Schumacher
okay, yeah.
to Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing in IndyCar. Official. He'll be their second driver.
Yeah, I mean, we said last week, right, that there's no way he was getting released from his contract, all of that, without a very concrete plan and probably a pretty soon announcement, or an announcement pretty soon. And sure enough, that's what we got, like right away.
Yeah, I'm
Was an
excited.
announcement that he's going to RLL.
I'm excited though. I'm very excited. Mick Schumacher is a talented driver. I think he should have deserved more of a shot in F1, but he did not get that, and so I think going to IndyCar will be nice for him.
Yeah, this is a car that's not like bottom of the barrel. He will be able to compete in it. And on top of that, speaking of F1, he did not rule out a potential return to F1 or an attempt to try to go back to F1, which I know I was skeptical of that as a path because either in my view, either he flops in IndyCar and no F1 team's going to want to touch him, or if he's doing well in IndyCar, I don't personally understand the appeal of going from like polo status in IndyCar to like I don't know what's even a driver that's on the kind of hot seat right now because we don't
Lawson.
have yeah, but we don't have like a veteran that seems easily tossable right now because even Yuki is only there for a little bit. Um, in Red Bull, but
Yeah,
like he wouldn't have a ton of staying power in F1 necessarily. Um, where it feels interesting career path. That is the thing, and he hasn't been fighting to get back. So
I would like to see Mick back in F1, or at least doing well at IndyCar, at the least. Um, Speaking of F1, we have recaps from the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Max Verstappen was your winner. I picked Max. I got it right. Okay, Charles he came fourth after the double DSQ by McLaren. Now, I actually want to talk about somebody
go
by
for
the
it.
name of Andrea Kimi Antonelli,
Oh yeah,
who pit really hards or mediums, one of the two.
Arts.
Hards. He was on mediums. Yeah, he was on mediums, pit really early for hards. Stayed the rest of the race on hards, and when Charles Leclerc was going to chase him down, that man put in statement lap after statement after statement lap on like 50 lap used hards.
Yeah, I mean, he
It
schooled him while managing those times impeccably.
it was beautiful to watch. Now, do I think Kimi is the best still? No, I don't. I think Adrian in that Mercedes would have done better than Kimi. Does that mean Kimi is better? No, I think Kimi is the second best rookie, and I think he has the highest potential out of all the rookies this year. He has shown flash this season. That's why he was rewarded with a podium after the DNFs from the McLarens.
I mean, Kimmy, and he would have been fourth without the McLaren because he did finish ahead of
Yes.
Piastri, right?
Yeah.
Right? Or am I?
No.
No. Piastri got
Piastri
past him,
fifth.
but Leclerc didn't, I
Leclerc
think,
didn't.
right?
Yeah. Leclerc did not pass him.
Oh wait,
Yes.
I'm confused. I think because the 5 second penalty for the moving thing, right?
Yeah,
He
which
finished
put
ahead
him
on track, but
he
Piastri got
finished
past him with the
he
penalty.
finished like 2/10 behind Charles because of the 5 second penalty. But Oscar was
Oscar had him before the disqualification
yes.
because of the 5 second penalty.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I was gonna say I swear he was ahead of him, but
Yeah.
that that is why, and then you can't go back and look at the standings
Hmm.
easy. But yeah, since the break, Kim has been really strong. I mean, he's been keeping up with George, and even in some cases outrunning. Like it wasn't this weekend. It was
Brazil
Brazil, yeah, where he was really on a tear.
sweeps second place weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and only 2 races left in this season. We know he's done enough to stay. If he keeps up this form, I mean, there's a chance that he's fighting George for not number one driver status because there's the seniority that comes in there, but definitely pace wise next year.
Yeah. It definitely Kimi will be the best driver from the next season. I think with the Mercedes power unit that has proven to be good after year after the new rule changes. So I think that'll be that. Something I also want to talk about is Gabriel and Lance Stroll DNFing in the first corner of the race, and Albon DNFing because he had a radio the entirety of the race weekend.
Yeah, it was a tough one for Albon. That was really brutal to watch.
He hit Lewis trying to overtake him, lost his front wing, and eventually just retired.
Yeah, and that feels like I feel like it's been like every other race that one of the Williams just gets rid
Predictions to close it out. It is Qatar this weekend for the sprint. I think he's going to be unstoppable, especially at a track very good at.
I have Lewis just because it's a sprint. Like, he's done 30 sprints during the races.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully
fair.
he gets one before the season ends.
And for the main race, I have Verstappen.
And I got Lando.
Easy.
I feel like he's gonna lock up the championship, but
Yeah. And that's it. That's it for today's
that's it.
pod. A quick under 20-minute pod because there's nothing
Got
really to talk
Thanksgiving.
about. Thanksgiving. Thank you. And peace.